Welcome to TBS Face to Face. Today we will speak to Ms. Sakshi Handa, HR Director of Unilever Bangladesh, who will share the importance of diversity and inclusion of marginalized people at workplace. So we already know that inclusion and diversity is the mantra of promotion and growth. So share us the story of Unilever Bangladesh success story and how it has attained today's position.
Thank you for that question, Meem. First and foremost, I take great pride in saying that I'm a Unilever leader. Okay, I don't call myself a female leader because Unilever believes in equal opportunities. It believes all leaders are equal, irrespective of their gender, their background, their religion, their caste, their nationality. All those things are secondary, and that's the philosophy Unilever has globally for all its employees. We believe that our people are our biggest assets, along with our brands. Okay, and we take great pride in being an equal opportunity employer. So globally, Unilever is a 50-50 employer, meaning 50% men, 50% women at managerial level. And in Bangladesh also, we try to achieve the same standard. In fact, I'm very proud to share that we are 40% females in the managerial cadre in Unilever Bangladesh, and we're extremely proud of it. And it's not happened overnight, it's been a journey for us.
Yeah, it's great to hear, and we already know that Unilever is one of the top female-friendly organizations. So I would like to know what are the mantra of Unilever that helps its female workers to achieve success so that others can follow that as well.
I think the mantra for success begins with the philosophy that we are an equal opportunity employer, and we want people of all backgrounds to flourish, to thrive, not just survive. Okay, so we systemically have a series of hardware and software sort of initiatives that help the organization grow together. Okay, and it's been happening, in a very sustained manner over the years. So if I could just talk to you about some of our initiatives, and which we've undertaken over the past few years to become an equal opportunity employer. Start with some of the initiatives we had, say, about 4-5 years ago. We launched an initiative called Stride, which aimed to bring back women from career breaks back into the workforce in the corporate sector. This was one thing we did. We also became, we realized that the success of any company and the success of any gender balance initiative needs to start from the grassroots levels. So we hired our first regional manager in sales, and we identified not just at the senior level as a regional manager, but we also identified at the grassroots 33 territories which could be female friendly. And we placed our female territory managers in those 33 territories. We now have a second female RM as well, and we take great pride in that. So this was what we did in sales. Within supply chain, which is another large function for us, we introduced the night shift operation for females in factories. And we did this with proper safety, security, and all possible enablers that you could think of for the front line. Okay, again, this is one of its first kind initiative in the cluster. Apart from that, we also came together as an industry body and formed a council called InSpirit. Okay, and this is an external council of like-minded organizations like Unilever, 8 major MNCs in the country, which are co-creating actions to improve the working conditions of Bangladeshi women.
It's good that you're not just doing it alone, you're collaborating with other people.
Power of collaboration is far, far greater than any individual effort, and we strongly believe in that. We also have, very strong internal support systems, internal mentoring systems, internal enablers like a creche, in the corporate office, which is used both by men and women, people who have children. it's used by them, and we're setting it up in our factory as well, with professional nannies in place to take care of our the children of our employees. And not just this, we believe that we always need to be ahead in the game. We always need to be the thought leaders. Yeah. And we have a series of policies that we launched this year, even during pandemic. Things like domestic, protection against domestic abuse, prevention of sexual harassment policy. We have our maternity and paternity leave, which we had introduced earlier. Now we introduced, elderly care or a caregiver service at home policy. We even introduced something called interchangeable holiday policy for people of different faiths, because we believe that that diversity is also important. So we have like a series of progressive policies which encourage and include our female employees as well as male employees in becoming the best version.
Can you tell us about something other forms of diversity that Unilever has?
We believe that the whole process or the philosophy of bringing about a change does not stop at just bringing about gender balance. Okay, gender balance is important, but we believe more in diversity, inclusion, and equity. Okay, these are three different things. So if I just give you a simple example, meme, diversity is like having a seat on the table. Okay, inclusion is being invited to a meeting on that table, and equity is about having a voice in that meeting. Okay, and equity is what we focus on. We believe that we need to create systemic enablers for people of all backgrounds to come on the table, to be a part of the meeting and to have their voice. And that's what we believe in, when we look at diversity in all forms. Like I mentioned, gender balance is an important one for us. We are at 40%, which would be by far the highest in the country across sectors. But apart from that, I'm very, very proud to share with you, Meme, that we've also made huge inroads into other forms of diversity, like people with disabilities, like hiring third gender or transgender employees in our workforce, and people of different backgrounds, absolutely different sort of educational and cultural and ethnic backgrounds. We already have 2 transgender employees in our workforce within Unilever, and both of them have been selected purely on the basis of their merit. Okay, they brought merit on the table, and we were happy to have them. People with disabilities, we have about 41 people with disabilities in our workforce currently, and we've also had interns, young students who come and do internships. So about 6-7 of them who are people with disabilities, they have been doing internships with us. So in all, about 45-46 people within our workforce who are people with disabilities have also been included.
So regarding inclusion of transgender people, I guess we already know that government has taken initiatives so that companies include more transgender people, but has Unilever included transgender after the government initiative or before that?
That our thinking and the government's thinking is exactly along the same lines, because by the time the government notification came out, we had already finished hiring our transgender resources, and we started with 1 and now we have 2. Okay, and inshallah, if all goes well, I'll have many more good news to share with you in the future, because we are actively looking at this pool as a talent pool. Okay, and I'm so glad that the government and Unilever thought exactly at the same time, because the country really is at a crossroad of positive change. Okay, and this is certainly a positive change. It's a first step. It's an uncharted territory. Organizations haven't even started the dialogue, but all thanks to the government notification, now companies are beginning to think that this is a possibility, and we've already made it happen. Yes. It's very special for us. It marks a new direction. It declares that we will go forward no matter what our doubts or fears are, and there will be no looking back, because we believe that this is a talent pool and they have a lot to offer irrespective of their current identity.
I was really happy to hear that the selection process of transgender people was based on their merit. So it shows that their merit are coming forward. It's not just the gender which is their identity. We have to recognize that they are talented people. So I would like to know if the Unilever or you have faced any problem while introducing people with disabilities and transgender on board.
So far, no problems, luckily, because we were mentally prepared that we need, this is a different talent pool, and we need to be extra sensitive when we bring them on board. We did a lot of our homework before we got these people on board. Okay, so first and foremost, we knew we can't do this alone. So we actually forged a lot of partnerships. So we partnered with BBDN, with Adamya Foundation, with Site Savers, to choose again the best profiles basis their merit. So, partnerships formed a strong base for us to launch this initiative. And the second thing we did was we did mass sensitization of our employees, of our line managers who were going to have these people join in their teams. Yeah, so we had a series of speakers of people with disabilities who would come and speak to our managers about their success, about their journey, about their struggles. And that really opened up minds. It really helped people to accept that, there are people with disabilities who are extremely talented and who just need an opportunity.
Collaboration and partnership is extremely important for the success of any project. So what are the next steps that Unilever is considering for future, and how do you think these future initiatives will pave the way towards diversity and inclusion and motivate others to follow?
We at Unilever strongly believe that when you bring in the first form of diversity, which is gender, other forms of diversities will automatically follow, because your females will make sure that the workplace has become inclusive, right? And that's what we hope to do. We hope to become an absolute equal opportunity employer with 50-50 male-female ratio in our workforce. That's the first step. The second step is we do hope that all forms of talent are represented in Unilever, irrespective of their gender, their background, their religion, their ethnicity, their nationality. All forms should be represented. So we do hope to have about 5% of people with disabilities representing in our workforce. We do hope to continue to have progressive policies like the ones I mentioned, which is around POSH, which is around domestic violence abuse protection policy, or around other equal opportunities. We hope to be ahead of the curve when it comes to providing equity in our workplace. We will continue to treat our people with the highest level of care and empathy.
The initiatives that UBL has taken proves that the motherhood is not the end of career, because Unilever includes nanny to take care of the children. It was good to talk to you. Thank you so much, Sakshi Handa, for your wonderful time.